Hello everyone, this is Jebro, and today we're talking about some changes to one of the maps in PvP in Guild Wars 2, and that's going to be Legacy of the FoeFire. Now, the main reason they're changing the mechanic of the Lord, which is pretty much the only thing they're changing at the moment, is to reduce the effectiveness of Lord rushing at the moment, or in the previous patch, of course, it was very easy to run in and kill the Lord. Of course, you know, a bit of a power creep going on, damage is quite high, the Lord almost died instantaneously, it wasn't too difficult, and they believe that the Lords on FoeFire have been a bit too effortless as a secondary mechanic in Conquest, so that comes straight from the patch notes. And they wanted to adjust the difficulty of attacking an enemy Lord in order to make it more challenging. So, to go from the notes that they've written up themselves, the second mechanic changes, so Guild Lords. We've made several changes to increase Guild Lords' survivability and give defending teams a better chance of stopping Lord rushes. Now, as you can see on the screen, when you go in and you hit one of the NPCs, they actually all run to your location, including the Lord. So you can't just run in, hit one mob, and the front two come down the stairs and you can kill them. You can't just kill them slowly because the whole lot just run at you and, you know, they try and take you out. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of damage. I'm playing, you know, Revenant, Power Rev, and yeah, I like that for a start, but obviously some of them run back, and they do come back and forth every so often, but you know, there still might be some adjustments that might need to be made there. Now, this isn't the main mechanic which is changed, this is just an additional thing. So obviously killing the NPCs, and then we've got the Lord that we come to next. So here we go, we are at the Lord, and we are going to show you exactly what has been the big change here. So as you can see, there's a new bar underneath the Lord, and this is going to be the break bar. So if you don't know what a break bar is, basically you have to control effect that bar down so that the blue goes all the way down to the bottom, and then the boss, the Lord, gets stunned, which means that you can then, you know, interrupt, say, a heal, obviously through breaking the bar. He will obviously not do much damage, or he won't do any damage, and he will remain still, and you will be able to see that as I break the bar. Now, I'm showing you this on Revenant because I have Staff, and Staff 5, as you can see, pretty much wipes out the entire bar. So in future, that could be something that maybe changes. So obviously, you know, in the meta, it already feels like even if you're on FoeFire, the Revenant is going to be quite prevalent anyway. Obviously always is, but then the fact that you can break the bar quite quickly is quite good. Now, I'm not going full ham on this because I want to show you the different effects and ways that you can interrupt, because you could see there, of course, when the boss is trying to heal, I cannot interrupt him because his break bar is not broken. Then you could see the break bar was broken and he was stunned for a short period of time, and you can damage him and do whatever you want. He will not damage, he will not heal during that time. He is, you know, incapacitated. So much like PvE, of course, you can see that the brown bar below his HP meter is currently regenerating. Now, while that bar regenerates, you cannot control effect him. This is after the stun has occurred, of course, and then that will regenerate and become teal again, or blue, whatever you want to call it, and then you can control effect him again, take the bar down, and you can stun him and try and finish him off that way. So important to try and make sure that you've got some control effects, of course, to make sure that bar goes down, and when he's stunned, to make the most of the fact that he is currently in that position and he cannot heal and he cannot do any damage. So we've covered the break bar quite quickly, it's quite easy to understand, but then of course when you kill the Lord, he goes into down state. Now this, of course, is what happens to your enemies when they are killed. You need to finish them off by putting a pike or a spike or whatever through their body to finish them off. The Lord has a knockback mechanic, which you just saw on the screen, similar to the Guardian knockback. You have to perform the down, finish the Lord off that way, and you get 150 points. You don't just kill him and he's dead, you have to finish him off. But how can we defend that? Some classes, of course, have a rezzing mechanic in their class. Here, you can see that the Druid is going to run up and use Search and Rescue. Now, of course, just in the nick of time, pull the Lord to me, able to get down, res the Lord up as if you would an ally. It's as simple as that. Then he goes back to his house. Obviously, the warrior here as well has the banner as his elite, and he is able to res the Lord in a very similar manner. So very low HP here. You can see planting the banner down, of course, has the cast time. The Lord is back up to half HP, starts to regenerate quite quickly, and that's it. So, you know, you can find out the different mechanics for your class to how to res the Lord in the best way. Of course, some classes have better res mechanics than others, with search and rescue for druid and for warrior there. You know, you've got the elixir for the engineer that can slowly res the Lord. You know, you've got the mesmer as well, where you can get the Lord up for a certain amount of time. There's different ways and mechanics to get the Lord back up into the fight, of course. Thanks for joining me today in this guide video. You can click below to go for more Guild Wars 2 PvP guides, as well as clicking for PvP build videos, as well as subscribing at the top of the screen. Click there and you'll be able to go straight to the link to subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to check me out on Twitter at JebDan and twitch.tv/JebroUnity. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.